Okay. We will not start with lecture 9 because we still haven't finished lecture 8. So please open the slides for lecture 8 first. And in lecture 8, what we'll be doing is to connect our data to display Thailand maps. So you need to download this from the Moodle Lab 8 files here, Thai Superstore dataset. That's where we have the information in Thai province. And then we also need to download from this website, which is linked over here. Where's link? Okay. Here, download this shape file. When you click that, it goes to this website, and then what you need to do is download this file, 359 megabytes, the THA admin boundaries, whatever, shp.zip. You don't need to unzip it, just leave it as a zip file, okay, anywhere in your computer, and then we will start with this. Okay, so more than that, the next step is to reopen your lab 8 file. Okay, so our lab 8 file here, when we finished last time with the pie chart, right? Okay, so if you already open the lab 8 file, you already download the shape files, then please type 1 for me. Thank you.ขอบคุณค่ะสมปราดจักรพงษ์เนาะเดี๋ยวเราเพื่อนแป๊บหนึ่งค่ะที่เพิ่งมาเนาะเราเปิดไฟล์ Lab เอคราวที่แล้วเรายังไม่เสร็จนะคะแล้วก็เข้าไปดาวน์โหลดนะคะไฟล์เชฟไฟล์นี้นะคะในเว็บไซต์ของจริงมันคือเว็บไซต์หนึ่งเป็นของ UN เนาะนะคะแล้วก็ตัว Lab เอไฟล์ที่เราจะใช้ก็คือตัว Thai Superstore Dataset ตัวนี้ ได้แล้วกด1เนาะ Okay. Ah, okay. So first, you need to add a new data source by let's see. We did we okay. Did we do this? Okay. Let's go back to here to data source. Data source. Okay. ถ้าโบหมดอายุได้ไงคะครูให้ลายเส้นไปอ่ะเราได้ใช้ลายเส้นขี่ของที่ครูให้ปะเพราะมันลายเส้นอันนั้นมันใช้ได้ถึงพฤษภานะอ่ะเนี่ยไม่ได้ใช้เนาะลายเส้นเนี่ยให้ไปในไหนอะในไลน์ปะในนี้ไม่ได้แปะเนาะอืมในไลน์ใครใครเจอโบลายเส้นในไลน์ช่วยโพสต์ให้กับบุญญาพัฒน์หน่อยนะคะครูต้องเปิดพอดีในคอมพิวเตอร์ไม่ได้เปิดไลน์ไลน์เออเนี่ยแหละเนอะขอบคุณจักรพงษ์มากนะคะ เนี่ยตรง number 3นะ activate with product key ตัวเนี้ย TC7Z เนี่ยนะคะ copy ตัวนี้เนาะแล้วก็ในตัว Superstore เนี่ยมันจะมีไม่ใช่ในTableau มันจะมี manage product key เนี่ยนะคะคุณสามารถ activate นะกด activate แล้วก็ใช้โค้ดตัวนี้ใส่เข้าไปได้อืมโอเคนะคะ เอ่อตัวนี้นะคะ we will add a new data source นะคะ so we go to data source page and then from here you can click the database icon ไม่เอาละโอเค database icon over here อ่า and then new data source. So it means that one file of Tableau, you can have many data source and it works independently. In this case, we have Superstore US. And then we will have another file, which is another Thai Superstore. Okay. So we will add new data source here. New data source. Okay. Click the new data source. And then we go to browse the Excel file Superstore Thai Superstore. This Thai Superstore data set. And then click open. Okay. Okay. So you can switch between Superstore and Thai Superstore over here. It means that we have two sets of database in this Tableau workbook file. For Thai Superstore data set, again, we drag orders. We can drag customers to create relationship. But you can see that if the relationship isn't created correctly, there will be a warning or an error like this. So what you can do is that you check the field names. In this case, customer ID need to be the same as cus ID. So why it contains error at the first time? Because it cannot match the name between the two tables, orders and customer. This is a glitch that I put it so that you can see in case you find some errors, you check the name of the maybe like in database is the joy condition, right? So it has to be customer ID equals to cuts ID, right? Customer and then product, right? And then manager. Okay, so this is the new Thai Superstore data set. Okay. If you are done with this, just type 2 for me. Okay, now let's take a look a little bit of the order table. You can see that in the order table, okay, what I have here is country is now Thailand, and district, province are all Thai province and Thai district. For example, Bangkok, you have Bang Rak ก็คือ district is เขตนะเขต or อำเภอprovince is จังหวัดนะเชียงใหม่มีเขตอำเภอเชียงดาวนะคะพะเยามีอำเภอเมืองพะเยาอย่างนี้เนาะนี่ก็คือ already mapped นะคะ to Thai provinces and districts นะคะ then tableau actually know Thailand นะsomehow นะคะ but not all of them for example you can see that country is encoded as the globe icon that means it knows this is country, this is the geolocation, right? Also province, you can see province also have the globe, right? So it somehow know, right? It somehow knows, right? When you check out with the geographic role here, the type of the province here, you can see that it checks state, province. So it looks good. That means Tableau knows where is Bangkok, Tableau knows where is Chiang Mai, Tableau knows where Phayao. Okay, and just that detail is the limit that Tableau knows. So in this case, if we want Tableau to know in detail until like district or อำเภอ okay, you need to submit more information for Tableau. That's why we need the map, the shape map file that we asked you to download earlier. So first we need to change the district data type to geographic role. Okay, so click the ABC here, which is the string data type, right? And then you change geographic role here into city. I think it's quite the same as city, okay? And it changed to the globe icon right now. Okay, but although it changed to the globe icon, it still doesn't know where it is. Okay, still doesn't know. Tableau only knows deep until just province in Thailand. And the province name must be standardized also. You cannot like type Chiang Mai with Chiang and Mai stick together without the space. Customer only choose class ID ค่ะ the relationship is customer ID and class ID here. You know, just one field. Okay. Now, we will now do a corporate map of Thailand. Once you download this shapefile, this shapefile will help Tableau to know the detail, what is called is the polygon area of each, even not just the district, even ตำบล the level of the detail of this shapefile is very very detailed. We can know ตำบล where is the shape, the place, the area of the ตำบล in Thailand as detailed as that นะคะ so in this shape map they have 4 levels. It's what is called, it's a boundary level. 0 means country, which is only one country, Thailand. 1 means province, จังหวัดเนาะ 2 the level 2 means district or อำเภอand level 3 means ตำบล นะคะ or sub district if you can you see region เปลี่ยนด้วยไหมคะ region no need to region don't need to region here right no need to because they don't have the idea of region in Thailand and in shapefile anyway okay so once you do this you need to join or actually to create relationship between the shape files of Thailand and the orders table that we have. So for example, on the left hand side is order table, right? And on the right hand side is the table from the shape files. So when you open shape files, you can see that there will be a lot of columns in there. And the column is named under the level of the detail that I have just said, which means 1 means province, 2 means district, and 3 means sub-district. Okay, so you need to join or make relationship according to the data that you have, so it maps together. For example, you have province in your orders table. This will map or join or create relationship with the column called ADM1 underscore EN means the name in English. ADM1 means administrative level 1เนาะก็คือ level 1ก็คือจังหวัดดังนั้นมันก็จะจอยหรือว่า create relationship กับ province column ในตัว orders table นะคะ again ADM2 means อำเภอ so it will join or create relationship with district column in the orders table ก็คือจอยให้มันถูก level นั่นเองใช่ไหมจังหวัดกับจังหวัดเนาะอำเภอกับอำเภอนะคะ I think you may need this when you do your project, right? Because I've asked you to do the move account fraud detection. That means not all the group, but some group. If you ask this question about the region or the province, right? You may need the information here to create a map. Okay, in trouble, right? And some other columns are those other levels of detail in Thai and in English. And also the important thing in this shapefile is that they will have the spatial information, SPATIAL, spatial means area, no? In this case, they will have polygon. Polygon ก็คือเหมือนกับเป็น boundary ของ area นั้นๆ เช่น area ที่เป็นอำเภอว่า เนี่ย สมมุติว่ามหาลัยอยู่เขตอะไร เขตวัฒนาอย่างเงี้ย เขตวัฒนาเนี่ย boundary มันตั้งแต่ไหนถึงไหนนะคะ ไอตัวไฟล์เนี้ยมันจะมีข้อมูลไอตัว boundary นี้อยู่เรียกว่า polygon นะคะ so we need to create relationship with the shape files but let's add the connection to that shape file first. Okay, so how we can add connection here? You don't create new database, right? You want to create the relationships with this orders table, so you add a connection here. Add a connection, and then you choose spatial file. Choose spatial file, and then you browse to that zip file. Here, my zip file is here. You don't need to unzip ไม่ต้อง unzip เนาะก็คือ zip ไฟล์500 300 กว่าเมกใช่ไหมก็แค่โหลดมานะคะแล้วก็เลือก zip ไฟล์เนี่ย zip ไฟล์ครูแล้วก็ open ไหมมันก็จะมี2ไฟล์อยู่ในนี้นะคะ two connections in one bulk of this database ทีนี้ two connection เนี้ยตอนเนี้ยมัน independent กันอยู่ใช่ไหมแต่ถ้ามันมี relationship we can create that relationship you can see that if you click the THA admin boundary.shape there are several tables in here what's the difference you can see the name right THA admin 0 mean it only contains 0 level which mean the 0 level is country level if you choose this table admin 1, it only have the detail of level 1 which is province ก็คือว่าเขาก็แยกเลเวลมาให้ก็คือเราไม่จำเป็นต้องใช้ถึงเลเวลละเอียดสุดตำบลถูกไหมบางทีเนี่ยงานของเราหรือ business ของเรามันดูแค่จังหวัดหรือดูแค่อำเภอเราก็เลือกเทเบิลที่เราต้องใช้ให้ถูกไม่งั้นเนี่ยถ้าไปเลือกละเอียดมากเวลามันโชว์เป็นโคโรเพปมันก็จะได้เป็นแบบตีแบบตำบลละเอียดเลยมันก็อะไรก็ไม่อาจจะไม่ใช่สิ่งที่เราต้องการเนาะโอเคสมมุติว่า in this case we need uh, as detailed as อำเภอ okay so อำเภอ is admin number 2 level detail number 2 okay so you drag ADM no THA admin 2 THA admin 2 do drag and create relationship like this with orders have the line to connect with orders no not customer not manager not product with order like this and then just release your mouse Boop. Wait a bit okay it should warn you with some errors okay we fix this why it has because of the name of the columns okay so between orders and THA admin 2 we need to join the relationship between these two couples okay so we join province with ADM1EN and we join district with ADM2EN so let's choose things like this province equals ADM1 name district equals ADM2 name okay this is ADM1 name ADM2 name is the name of the column okay so province okay province with ADM1 name okay ADM1 name you can see ADM1 name is yeah you can see ADM1 name is English name ADM1 name 1 is Thai name so you need to standardize your data otherwise it will not match okay? And then add more fields in this case you need to add more fields because not only province right you need to also match the name of the อำเภอadd more fields and then district with ADM2 name okay ADM2 name you can see ADM2 name ADM2 name see พระนครนะคือเขตเนาะดุสิตบางรักหนองจอกบางเขนนะนี่คือ ADM2 name is English name ADM2 name 1 is Thai name นะคะ so it depends if you have Thai name you can also match with this shapefile because they have Thai name for you too but you need to clean up your data first right so that the name is not wrong right just need to be correct okay so once you do this right it should not contain errors anymore somehow you can also configure this performance options but this is optional because you can let Tableau you can see that these settings help Tableau optimize query during analysis but the default settings are recommended that means default settings mean you let Tableau choose for you you don't need to choose it yourself but if you want to choose it yourself because you already learned database data warehouse whatever data that you have learned right you may know that you can config this like cardinality whether it is many to many to one to many right Referential integrity is whether it is one too many that are optional or it has to be mandatory, something like that, right? So some record means some will match. All records mean everything has to match, right? So something like this, you can configure here and it will optimize your queries, the performance of your queries. Otherwise, I don't think you need to do something. So as I said before, Tableau is quite user-friendly, so they will do it for you, sir. You don't need to actually do it here, right? So don't touch it, but you can because you already an experienced data developers now. Okay. So it should have something when we do the map now. Now we will display corporate map as detailed as the district like this. For example, we would like to display the profit margin of each ampere of sales of superstore in Thailand, for example. Okay, so let's set up the profit margin first because we don't have profit margin in our Thai superstore dataset yet. So just create a new worksheet, right? And then choose this Thai superstore. So you may need to go back to change the name, right? Thai superstore. So I know this is Thai superstore. Okay, so you can choose data here on the left top. If your monitor is small, this will become drop down. So it depends on the size of your monitor. Okay, this should be a drop down. So just choose the Thai Superstore one. Okay, and then you can see that in the Thai Superstore we have tables, orders, customer, and we also have tables from the Thailand map shapefile. Right? So let's set up more profit margin. Okay, so just create calculated field here. Okay, calculated field. Okay, and says profit margin. Remember profit margin? IIF, right? For IIF, and then what's some sales, right? Not equal to 0, right? Then some profit, right? Divide by some sales, right? If it's 0, then the profit margin is 0. Right? This is the same profit margin. I think we have the I think we have one. Yes, this one, right? IIF checks whether the condition is met, some cell not to be 0, because if it's 0, it will be an error divided by 0. So if it's not 0, we can just calculate some profit divided by some sales. All right, so this is profit margin. Okay. Set up profit margin and then click OK. All right, now we will display Thailand map with profit margin. So what you can do with that is that find this geometry, which is automatically created for you because this is the spatial file. คือถ้ามันเป็น spatial file เนี่ยมันจะ create ไอ้ตัวเนี้ยมันเป็นเหมือนในนี้ก็คือมี latitude longitude นั่นแหละนะคะไฟล์ geometry field in the THA admin to table and then just double click that. Okay, just double click that and wait a little bit. So it should display Thailand map with the polygon detail as level of ampere. So anyone see something like this, just type 3 for me. So if you zoom in, for example, if I zoom in, right? Let's say I'm zoom in, right? Like Bangkok, right? You can see that this is like where? Maybe this is somehow in the center of Bangkok, right? Okay. So now we will add data in there. Okay. First, we will drag, right, profit margin to color and label, and then district to label. So profit margin, just create it. Okay, here to color, and again profit margin to label. Okay, and then district. Why it doesn't? Because right now, we have two tables, right? One table is the whole Thailand. Another one is orders which may not have all the sales of all the district in Thailand. But when we join together, right, everything, right, the whole Thailand has to be in there. When we add profit margin, we still haven't filtered out those that do not have or how much profit margin does we have. So you need to add district also to the label. And now, and then, right, it looks like it only filter those that we have profit margin information. Okay, so you can, let me zoom out a little bit like this. Okay, so looks like we don't have sales in every district, which is which makes sense, right? Just like when you don't have office mate in all of your district in Thailand, right? Only some district, something like that. Okay, so this is the detail of district. So it's very detailed, right? For example, here, what's this? Bang Khun Tien, right? Bang Khun Tien. This is Jom Thong, Bang Kho Lam, Pom Pap Satu Phai นะพญาไทอะไรเงี้ยเนาะคันนายาวบึงกุ่มป้อมปราบศัตรูพ่ายเนี่ยลาดกระบังนะประเวศก็ละเอียดประมาณนี้เอาซูมเฉพาะกรุงเทพแล้วกัน okay like this and you can change color what color that you want right let's say I want to change to change color to green okay diverging green to go to green reverse no I don't think it works. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's say we already okay with this. Okay, so if I want to do some further things, for example, I want to create like you can see that the problem with the map, the Coropath map, is that x-axis and y-axis has already been used with latitude and longitude. So you don't have any more choices to display your data in the map. In this case, only label that you can take a look, or color, right? Color label, and then containment, which is to coloring the area, right? So we need some view, right? In this case, we can add tooltip. You can see that right now the tooltip only display district and profit margin. Actually, we can make this tooltip to be more detailed, to display other information, and even tooltip to display small graph in there. Okay, we will do that. But first, let's see, you can see that profit margin is 0.61. We want to change this to percentage. Okay, so go back to profit margin. And then I will just check default property, number format, okay, to be percentage. Okay. I go to profit margin. I set default properties, number format to be percentage with 2 decimal places. Right? And then I create another table. Let's name this Thai Superstore Profit Margin. I create another profit margin table using the worksheet. Okay, new worksheet. And then let's name this worksheet profit margin by category again. I then add category to row. I want to just see that for each district, do I have, if I look at this district by categories, what should be their profit margin? Okay, so what's category? Okay, category to rows. Okay, and then profit margin to this. Okay, just this. Or you can do like a bar chart, something like that. Right. So right now it's the profit margin of each category overall, right? Right now it's overall. Now let's go back to the Coropath map. We will add this profit margin by category into the view of the tooltip in the map. Okay, so what I do is go to tooltip here. Tooltip. Okay. In the tooltip, okay, I can add one more. Okay, just tap, just enter, and then I can insert sheets. I can insert sheets and then find the sheets that we just add. Should be profit margin by category, I think. This one. Oop. It looks like HTML. No, it is like the encode HTML iframe, something like that. Okay, just go to insert เนาะ sheets แล้วก็ choose the sheet that we just created latestly. Okay, and then click OK. and let's take a look at the results. Okay, for example, here, คันนายาว profit margin overall is 33.03%, right? But the small tables says that if you divide by category, furniture, let me zoom in so that it should be, it's the problem with this is the display, right? It's not quite beautiful yet, but you can see คณะยาว 33%, furniture is 10%, right? For office supply is 36%. How about พญาไท right? พญาไท 15%, furniture 5%, office supply 31%. This is what we got. You can also create like a bar chart, and it will also display the bar chart in the tooltip here. Okay, so that means you can add more information into your map using the tooltip because you don't have the place to add more information, and this information that you add to the tooltip will be auto filter by the area of that tooltip ก็คือ for example in this case if I hover พญาไท that means when I use the information from the profit margin by category sheet it will filter with พญาไท district for you เนาะก็คือเหมือนมันฟิลเตอร์ให้ใช่ไหมว่าoverall 15.7% แล้วก็ถ้ามันเอาไอ้ตัวเนี้ยมา display ในตัวนี้มันก็จะฟิลเตอร์ given that เป็นเหมือนกับเอา district เข้าไปฟิลเตอร์ในเนี้ยเห็นไหมจริงๆแล้วก็คือใช่เห็นไหมมันจะโชว์ตรงนี้คุณจะเห็นว่ามันแอดตัวนี้ให้อัตโนมัติ to tip district เนาะนั่นก็คือมันจะ create มาจากไอ้หน้า colopet แบบเมื่อกี้นี้มันจะเหมือนเป็นฟิลเตอร์ให้นะคะแล้วมันก็จะมาฟิลเตอร์ตรงวิวตรงนี้ให้นั่นเองนะคะดังนั้นคุณสามารถสร้างอะไรก็ได้เนาะแล้วก็เอามาโชว์ใน tooltip ตรงนี้นะคะก็ประมาณนี้ใครได้อย่างนี้แล้วกด4ข้อเสียคือมันไม่โชว์เนาะถ้าเกิดเราไม่โฮเวอร์เพราะฉะนั้นมันก็จะมีประโยชน์เฉพาะตอนที่คุณจะต้องการพรีเซนต์อะไรที่มันแบบอินเตอร์แอคทีฟนิดนึงหรือว่าต้องการแบบให้คนดูหรือว่าคณะทำงานที่กำลังดู analyze ข้อมูลเนี่ยสามารถเหมือนกับ drill down ได้ใช่ไหมว่าเฮ้ยถ้าลงเจาะลงไปว่าในแต่ district เนี่ยใน category เนี่ยมัน how much profit margin it is you can take a look at the tooltip. No? You don't need to go back to profit margin sheet and then filter district by district. This is more convenient. มีใครติดตรงไหนไหม Last thing in slide lecture X is about width extension. Okay, just want to head up about the new feature from I think last year อาจารย์ครับตอนแดกจิโมที่มันยังอยู่ USA อะครับแดกจิโอเมทรียังอยู่ USA เหรอ เราใช้นี่ซูเปอร์สตอร์อันไหนไทยซูเปอร์สตอร์หรือเปล่า เด็ดใช้ไทยนะอืสมบัติแชร์หน้าจอให้ครูได้ไหมคะต้องดูว่าตอนที่เราจอย อ๋อตรงปลาอยู่ที่คณะใช่ไหมอืมโอเค geometry ทำไมมันเป็นเดี๋ยวนะกลับไปที่ data source สิ go back to data source โอเคไทยซูเปอร์สตอร์ data set ขอดู create link ระหว่าง orders กับ THA admin 2ให้หน่อยสกิติ๊กตรงเส้นติ๊กตรงเส้นติ๊กตรงเส้นโอเค province ADM 1 name โอเค district ADM 2 name โอเค orders เป็น order อันไหนขอเลือก table order สิหนึ่งโอเคนั่นแหละเออไทยแลนด์เปล่าไทยแลนด์เนาะโอเค district province ก็ดูโอเคนะเออโอเค go back to น่าจะโอเค go back to ชีท16นะคะที่16เออดีเทลทำไมมีดีเทลโอเคเอาตรงดีเทลเห็นไหมเห็นตรงคิวสีน้ำเงินตรงมาร์กอะค่ะคิวสีน้ำเงินตรงมาร์กเดี๋ยวนะของครูมีไหมอันเดียวกันไหมก็อันเดียวกันเนาะเอ่longitude latitude district เอาไหมงั้นเริ่มใหม่เลยเราเอาออกไปก่อนเอ๊ะหรือว่ามันลองซูมเอาจากแมปดิคะเอาใหม่เลยก็ได้มันก็ไม่เป็นข้อมูลไทยนะgeometry ข้างบนเออไม่ต้องไม่ดับเบิลคลิก geometry นั่นแหละดับเบิลคลิกเลยดับเบิลคลิกอ่ะโอเคแล้วก็เนี่ยdistrict district ไปใส่ label district อยู่ข้างบนอยู่ข้างบนอยู่ข้างบนอ่ะอยู่ข้างlabel อ่ะโอเคแล้วก็ profit margin color กับ label อ่ะได้แล้ว profit margin label อีกทีนี้ อ่ะโอเคนั่นแหละได้แล้วเนาะก็ก่อนหน้านี้สงสัยเราไปเลือก latitude longitude ใช่ไหมคือถ้าเป็น latitude longitude ตรงเนี้ยมันจะรวม latitude longitude ของเหมือนกับทั้งทั้งหมดอะเนาะมันก็เลยไม่เฉพาะเมืองไทยโอเคเดี๋ยวครูเอาแชร์ครูกลับมาปุ๊บโอเคค่ะทีนี้เอ่อ with extension is a new feature since last year, I think. Okay, which is the just like plug-in in many application, right? In Power BI, they also have this plug-in. With extension is the way that people can extend the visual capabilities in Tableau. So people can publish their own type of graphs in with extension and other people can use that publish เนาะก็คือเหมือนกับว่าเราสามารถเพิ่ม we can add more type of graphs in Tableau ได้ using this with extension it's like a app store เนาะก็คืออันนี้เป็น with store something like that นะคะ you can try to choose with extension over here you can see with extension add extension if you click that okay, it's just like the Apple Store or Microsoft Store that you can try to find other graph that you may like so that you don't need to create them manually from scratch นะคะ for example Sankey graph Sankey graph คือแบบไหนแบบนี้อันนี้หรือว่าอะไรนะเป็นเรเดียลอย่างเงี้ยก็ก็คือจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยกราฟพวกเนี้ย you can create yourself แหละ but somehow it may be difficult so people can use this ready-made graph right and it also have free version also have like sandbox version which may not be uh, fully work yet something like that right partner build อะไรเงี้ยก็คือคนก็จะ publish ขึ้นไปแล้วก็จะมีกราฟแบบสวยๆต่างๆเราก็สามารถแบบไปไปเหมือนไปเอาของเขามาได้นี่กราฟนี้ก็สวยดีนะคะอะไรเงี้ยแล้วมันก็เนาะก็เป็นอะไรที่ทำให้ทำงานได้ง่ายขึ้นนั่นเองนะคะแต่ก็ต้องเช็คดูนะเนาะว่ามันเวิร์กกับเวอร์ชั่นที่เรามีหรือเปล่านะคะแต่ณปัจจุบันน่าจะโอเคแหละนะคะก็น่าสนใจนะคะโอเคอ่า we can also add from show me I think here add a custom width type through table exchange เนาะอันนี้ก็เหมือนกันก็กดไปแล้วไปที่เดียวกันนะคะประมาณนี้นะคะ in conclusion, Lecture 8 talks about visual analytics, which we use several types of graphs, right, to tell the story, to explore the data. We understand about the properties, default properties, calculated fields, and various chart types. We talk about sets. We talk about Thailand maps, geographic data, right? And so let's move on to lecture 9. Okay, so you just save this, right? You don't need to submit this file because it's too big. Let's check out the size of the file. If you check out the size of the file, you can see that it will be right now because it may not be extract, right? It's not that large or it's already large, right? It's already extract. So in my computer, it's the 360 megabyte, the whole Turbo workbook extract. Okay, so quite large. You don't need to submit this. Okay, then let's open lecture 9. So what you need to do is to download this lecture 9 starter file and then open this lecture 9 starter file. Okay, I will open Tableau 2025 first because I already downloaded 2026. Okay, and then I open lecture 9 starter file. Okay, in lecture 9 starter file, I have several worksheets for you already. Okay, and I also have included the data source for you. So let's go to data source and check whether you have that data source. So the first data source is called world indicator. It's actually a built-in data source that contains with your Tableau installation. Another data source, you can change the data source here, right? Is the sample superstore, which is the same superstore that we already used from the lecture 1, but this is the one that built into Tableau. Okay, if you cannot find or the data source is not found, you can link your file manually yourself, just edit connection. Okay, and then browse to, I think it's in the document in Windows. I don't know about Mac, no. My Tableau repository ก็ data source and then this is the version. Okay, if you are 2025 port 3 you go select. Okay, and then sample superstore is here. Okay, Just choose that, and it will contains the relationships for you. It contains some calculated fields for you already in this data source. You can see that they have folders, okay? And we will use some of them in our analysis today too. Right? It contains parameters. It contains like profit ratio, which is the profit margin, the same thing. Okay, and hierarchy, okay, it's already done for you. Right? Hierarchy. Okay, so once you can open this L9 starter file, just type 5 for me. I will just start with the lecture slides. Again, please, I just open nothing much, just download L9 starter file, this one, lecture 9 starter. And then just open this with Tableau and check the data source, whether you have two data source, sample, superstore, and world indicator. And that's it. Once you open and check all the data source, please type 5 for me. Okay, in this lecture, we'll talk about some calculations. So we'll do a lot of calculated fields using Tableau functions, right? String functions, type conversion functions, date functions, and also we talk about parameters, Tableau calculation, and some statistical analysis if we have time. If we don't have time, we will do statistical analysis next week. Okay, so string manipulation and type conversion. So string functions allow you to, of course, manipulate text, manipulate string data. So these functions are like in Python, Excel, right? It's useful for getting some information from your strings and to maybe help you to improve the display or presentation of your data in your graph. Type conversion function allow you to convert the fields from one type to another type, just like in Python or in C or in Java. So let's dry run all the functions that we may encounter if we do calculations or do graph creation in Tableau. Common string function including left, right, just like in Excel, right? Left mean return the leftmost number of characters. Right mean return the rightmost number of characters. So you just give it a string and then you give it the number, how many characters that you want from the left or from the right, right? So this is an example. Left, if you have postal code 2, it means it will return 2 left characters from postal code. If your postal code is 98103, then it's 98, right? So I think we can go through fast, right? Because it's quite common in many programming language. Mid mean you want to get the midpoint, starting point, right? So you need to tell them which starting point. The difference between Tableau and most programming language is that in Tableau, position start at 1, not 0. Okay, in most programming language, position start at 0, right? But for Tableau, because Tableau is for user to use, it doesn't make sense for them that the position start at 0. So the position will start at 1. Okay. So this start, for example, calculation mid start at 2 means you start at A here. This is 1, this is 2. And if you don't give it the length, it means it will get the entire string afterwards. No, but if you tell them the length, it will only substring the number of characters that you want. Okay. Upper, lower, and this is very straightforward. Upper convert to upper case. Lower convert to lower case, right? Proper converts to the proper, which means the first letter will be capitalized. The remaining letters will be lowercase. L trim, left trim, right trim, R trim, which means it will trim or remove the leading space. Left trim is leading space, R trim is trailing space, will be removed. If you use trim, it will return string with both leading and trailing space removed. ก็เหมือน trim ใน Power Query กับ Excel เนอะ Split, this split is like text to columns in Excel or Power Query. It will return substring from a string given using the delimiter to divide the string into substring. And you need to specify the token number. Because when you use delimiter to split it, there should be many splits like result, and you specify the token which one you want. โอเคก็คือ token เป็นตัวเลขที่เป็น positive number start from the left end of the string แต่ถ้า token number เป็น negative number it will start from the right end of the string. For example, if I have telephone like this 206-633-3400 and then I want to split by this hyphen. I say split phone using hyphen. I want token number 2. That means this is number 1, token number 1. This is token number 2. So I will get 633 here. If I use -2, this is -2, and I split this string using the vertical bar, I will get A, B, C, D tokens, right? -2 means starting from the right end. This is -1. This is -2. So what I get is C. Contains, again, straightforward, whether the string contains a substring. Okay, it will return 2 if the substring is found. It will return false if it's not found. Okay. Ends with whether the string given ends with specified substring. And the white space or trailing space are ignored. Okay. Replace นี่ก็คือง่ายๆเลย string replace substring using the replacement. Okay, for example, I want to replace the item V2 with V3, for example. Or if I nested to replace together like this, I mean I want to remove this with empty string. Empty string means you want to remove it. Right? You replace something with empty string, that means you want to remove it. I remove open parenthesis here, and I also remove close parenthesis here. That means I remove the parenthesis from what I have in my string. for example, area code. Replace doesn't look at string as in regex. You know regex, right? If you want to use regex, you need to use different sets of functions that start with regex. For example, replace is regexp, next expression, replace. And there are many leg expression, additional function that you can consult the documentation in Tableau. Okay, but usually if you don't specify regex, using the regex function, it's not regex. Okay, it's just normal replacement. File, it will return the position of the substring in the string. Or if it's not found, it will return 0. Okay. Optionally, you can also specify the start of the numeric argument to ignore the starting position, how many you start to find it. For example, if you say find calculation A, you want to find A, and then you start from 3, that means it will overlook this A, right? It go to start from here. It will find this A here, which is at the position 7. Okay. In Tableau, you can specify string with either single quote or double quote. Both are fine. เนาะก็คือค่อนข้าง user friendly ใช่ไหมคือคุณไม่ต้องจำว่าตกลงใช้ single quote หรือว่า double quote ค่ะ For example, if you want to extract the name, you use usually the username from the email address like this. For example, you want to return Tony. What you need to do is that you use file with left. First, you need to find where the ads start. So you use file, add sign, and where the position that add start, you just -1 to say, okay, I want left email address with the number of string that start from the first until the last one, which is the position of ads -1, right? Concatenate, this is like more like Java. You concatenate string using the plus sign operator. So, for example, in this case, we want to create a new field with both first name and last name concatenating together, right? I can use first name plus last name. However, if I use first name plus last name directly like this, what happened? There will not be the space in between first name and last name, right? So in this case, correctly, you need to specify space like this. So for example, Tony Stark, if you don't specify the space, you will get Tony and Stark stick together. And this is the correct way to do. Now, it's your turn. I want to convert customer name to be the initial first name, means that if my name is Adam, I want just A, and then period, followed by last name Hart like this with space in between. And then I need to specify which segment is this customer. So I need parentheses, and inside is the segment of that customer, right? To be a new field, right? So let's go to string here. And then I put for customer name to row. I choose, make sure you choose sample superstore here. Sample superstore. So if the sheet is red, it means we will work with sample superstore. If the sheet is blue, it means we will work with world indicator data. Okay, so make sure you choose the right database set. So customer name, put it into row. it will ask you whether you want to what you want to do because customer name contains 1,175 members. It is too much. It wants you, oh, this is too much. Do you really want to display all the 1,000 something customers? I said, yes, add all members because I want to just take a look. Okay, add all members. This is my customer name. I also want to take a look at that segment. Okay, I put segment. Okay, right now what I have is Aaron Bergman from consumer, right? Aaron Hawkins from
อา
corporate.
จารย์ครับตรง customer name เมื่อกี้กดอะไรนะครับ
Add all members.
ขอบคุณครับ
Because I need a new calculated fields. Okay, so remember where you create a calculated field, you can create from analysis here, right? Create calculated fields, or you can create from here, create calculated field. Okay, so let's name this calculated field class name with segment, something like this. Okay, and now I left it for you. Okay, so it's 2:45, right? It's 2:45. Let's say how about we also break it? Okay, for 2:45, we also have a break until 3 o'clock, but we'll let you do this one too. Okay, I need to get something like this with this calculated field. What should we create using all the string functions that we talked about 10 minutes earlier? Okay, and then we'll get back at 3 o'clock to see the solution for this. Okay. Do this. So what we need to do, I first need to get the first character on the left-hand side, right? So I use left. Right? I use left, customer name, right? This is my field. So I just need one character. So just one. Okay. To get the initial name. This is called initial. And then I want to get the dot. Okay, so I use plus. Okay, dot, plus dot. All right. And also, okay, the after dot should be one space, so I just space it here. Right? And then I want to get the last name, right? How do I know it is the last name? I need to get the space character first, right? Okay, so I will need to use file to get the space, right? My assumption is that they don't have the middle name. They only have the first name and the last name. If they have the middle name, this solution will broke. Okay. If you have middle name, then you need to maybe use split. Remember split, because split will split token, right? If you have first name, middle name, last name, split will split into 3 tokens, and then you can choose the third one. But you need to check first whether they have middle name or whether they don't have. Okay, so you can think about this logic. Let's say we do the easiest one. This is the easiest assumption. No middle name. So we just use file, right? Customer name, file space, right? File space, and then if you find a space, you need another character after space, so +1. And then I want the mid from this +1 until the end, right? So I use mid, nested mid here. customer name. Oops, let's see. Mid customer name. Okay, and then customer name from file, right? From file here, +1 until the end. Okay, just, and then let's enter into new plus space, right? Space, and then parenthesis, and then close, and then plus segment, right? And then plus close parenthesis, right? And it's done. Okay, should be okay. Let's see whether it's correct. Customer name with segment. See, look, it's correct. Yeah, A Bergman consumer, right? It looks correct, right? M Maris Lavere consumer. Mark M Harrigan. Okay, it looks okay. Okay. I put the solution in the chat. Okay, any question now? If you've done with this, just type 6 for me then. Okay, in the meantime, let me save this file. Just save as. Okay. All right, let's continue. Okay, next, this is the solution. Next, type conversion string, right? You can input some expression or the field names in the string. It means that we want to create new string that convert the data type into string. For example, you can change the postal code, which is numeric, into string using str. In this way, you don't need to change the default data type postal code in the data pane, but you can change it later using the str type conversion, right? Or you can like use concatenate state and postal code, which is originally the not string together. Otherwise, it will report an errors because originally postal code is numeric. If you concatenate numeric with string, it will not let you do that. It will give you an error. So you need this str to convert the data type first before you concatenate the strings. There are full list of type conversion. You can just consult this Tableau documentation here. Another one that is quite useful is date. Okay, this function will either convert date time field into date or convert anything in general string into date. Make sure that you use the code in order to give the specific date. No. They also have other functions as well that pass, that pass, make date, which are quite similar functions with date here. For example, I can give date to 35 here, and then it convert. This mean it return, no? It returns today date. Or you can use now, right? So if today is March 17, it will return date type นะคะ or you can convert the string like this into data type that you can use in your hierarchy in your line chart, or you can use sharp to specify that this is the date. Sharp and sharp means you tell Tableau that this is the date or the date time. Okay, there are many common date functions for you to use so that you can create visualization that get the special functionality, including like the date hierarchy or the drill down or the filter option with dates. So sometimes it's quite important to create the date type, right? Or to use the date type to create some known name of the components in the date. Okay? First, we need to know the concept of date path. Using date paths in Tableau with the calculated field will unlock when many advanced analysis that you want to create with things like temporal pattern ก็คือถ้าเราอยากจะวิเคราะห์อะไรที่มันเกี่ยวข้อง temporal ในที่นี้ไม่ใช่ temperature เนอะ temporal ในที่นี้คือเวลาวันที่อะไรอย่างเงี้ยอะไรที่มันเป็นการวิเคราะห์ที่มีเวลาวันที่เนี่ยนะคะแล้วเราสามารถดึงคอมโพเนนต์ที่เป็นเดทพาร์ทได้เนี่ยมันก็จะอันล็อกหลายอย่างเนาะดู like you look at the month of the day date or month of the year look at the week something like this to see some interesting patterns นะคะ so we can isolate this date part to create maybe custom categories in your calculation or in your analysis. Okay, so in Tableau, there are these different date part that you can use. Year, and this is straightforward. It will return 4-digit years. Quarter, it will return either 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 quarters in 1 year. Month, it will return numeric 1 to 12 or the name of the month. Day will be 1 to 31st. ใช่ไหม Day of year 365 Weekday 1 to 7 on the name like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Week will be 52 week in 1 year, right? Hour, this is 0 from 23. Minute, 0 from 59. And second, 0 from now, date functions. First, we have used this one before last time, date dip, right? Date dip return the difference between two dates using date path. Okay, so actually, this date path you specify in date dip to specify the component, to specify the level of the detail of the difference between these two dates. For example, last time we get day, right? Date part is day. It means we get the number of day between ship date and order date, right? It can be year, right? How many years from this date and this date. And optionally, you can specify the start of the week is where to specify whether the first day of the week will be Sunday or Monday, because in different culture, this is viewed differently. For example, in Thailand, probably we will I don't know, we view Monday as the first day. I don't know. But in US way, they may view Sunday as the first day, for example. Okay. Today and now is the function to get today's current date, and it will update dynamically next time you open your workbook. Okay, so last time we do this, right? Order until ship. Date add, just add date, or if the number of date to add is minus, then it means we subtract date, right? So for example, we add the week, 1 week to the date, right? It will push out the due date in 1 week. For example, we can add this date 280 day, and this is like the unit of the things that we want to add, whether it's week, whether it's days, whether it's year ก็จากวันนี้อันนี้สมมติ20กุมภาปี21ก็เพิ่มไป280วันก็จะเป็น27 November อ่ะ so now we will talk about 3 date functions that we want to use. Date path, date name, and then date trunk. Okay, so I get this summarized example from this YouTube. Okay, so if date path is year and some let's say today is 16 September 2021 at this 6 p.m. If you use that part, specify that part as year, what you will get is 2021. If you use that name function, you also get 21. If you use that trunk, this that trunk is different. This that trunk is like you want to round up your day into the first day of the year. Okay, so let's look at the definition of these 3 functions first. Okay, so date part returns specify part of the date mentioned in the date field provided as integer. Okay, and start of the week is optional. Okay, so if you want to get the year, you get this year, right? You want to get the month, it give you the month. If you get the day of the year, so this 28 December is 362. Yeah. But if you want to get the name, you use date name. And this is useful to get the complete name of usually the month. For other date part, it may not be different from date part function. For example, date name of the year, this is 1986. Date name in month, this is you get a March. ก็คือ date name มันก็จะมีประโยชน์สำหรับมันเนาะกับชื่อวันใช่ไหม Monday Thursday เนี่ยแต่ถ้าเป็นอย่างอื่นถ้าเป็นตัวเลขมันก็เป็นตัวเลขอยู่แล้วdate trunk this is quite different. Date trunk can be thought as date rounding. It will take specific date and then return a version of that date at the desired specificity. For example, the first date of the year, the first date of the month. So in the date part here, it means you want to specify how do you round the date. For example, if this is to round by day, it doesn't change anything. Right? If this is to round by month, it will return the first date of that month. For example, if you give it 28 December, month mean you want to get to round up to the first date in that month, which mean it is the first December. เดทครั้งคือมันจะราวไปที่เลเวลของดีเทลที่เรา specify ด้วยไอตัวเดทพาตัวนี้ถ้ามันก็คือไปวันแรกของมันถ้า week ก็คือไปวันแรกของ week อย่างเงี้ย year คือไปวันแรกของ year then let's get back to our example here. So this means year will round to the first day of this 2021, which is the 1st of January นะคะ quarter this September is in quarter 3, right? So the name that part will be the same. The first day of quarter 3 is 1st July. So this will return round up to 1st July. Month, okay, it's 9. Date name will be September. this will be round to first day of that month, which is the 1st of September. Day is 16, okay, this is 16, okay, and this is doesn't change anything. Day of the year, this is the 259, right, the same. So this doesn't change anything, right? Day of the year is the specificity, the level of detail is day, so it's already day, right? 16 of September. Weekday, this is Thursday, so in this case it's 5, right? Sunday is 1, right? So Thursday is 5 for USA. This will return Thursday, and this is already day, right? Weekday is day, so it's the same. Week, 38, right? This is the 38th week. Okay, it returned 38. The first day of this week is 13 September. It will round up to that week, the first day of that week. Hour, this doesn't change anything, right? Hour, minute, second. So this will be round up to the hour 6 p.m. This will round up to 6:15, right? And this is the most specific detail one. Okay, so you can see the difference between date part, date name, and then date trunk. Right now, so we will create in the same time 5 different discrete date calculated fields from order date, right? Date part month to see the results that we talk about in our dry run earlier. Date part month, date name month, date trunk month, date trunk here, and then expected ship date. For example, if we have order date today, we expect that by 3 days it will be already shipped. So we want to see the expected ship date using date and. Okay, so I will let you 5 minutes to do these 5 calculated fields for me. Okay, just do it and then put it in the date sheet here. Okay, let's first put order date. Okay, put order date in row. Okay, you will get the year, right? But actually, I want to look at the detail. So I want to change. You can change the view here and then use here more here, more in the, this is discrete date. We will choose discrete date. More, and then custom, more custom. And then this small one, I will choose month, day, year. I want to know which day, which month, which year. Okay, and then, okay. See, it will return every date in the order date from 2022 to 2025. Okay. All right. This is my order date. Now it's your turn to create 5 more calculated fields and then put those calculated fields in this table for me. Right? 5 minutes. So now 3:22, right? 3:27. I already have the equation for you. Once you are done, just type 7 for me, okay? ได้ยังคะห้าห้าอันเนาะอ่ะยังไม่ได้กันเลยเหรออืม Okay, the first one, date, part, month. Create calculated field. Date, part, month. ก็ use date, part, date, part นี้ date, part ก็ month เนาะจริงๆจะ double quote ก็ได้ คือถ้าเป็นearlier versions of Tableau this only allow single quote but if I'm not wrong the latest version allow you to use double quote here okay order date okay order date okay up put date part actually you can put date part up okay you can see that date part month becomes green, right? So it means it looks like it's a numerical measure, right? If you want to be categories, right? Month one, two, three, right? You can drag up this date part month so that it will not sum for you. You drag date part month up to above this line, right? So it will be dimension. It will come blue. So now it is dimension. I then put that part month here. Right? This is หนึ่งสองโอเคเนาะก็ได้ละ now date name month date name month date name month date name month date name date month order date okay so this is dimension for sure right it's January 1st February okay. The third one is the trunk month, the trunk month, order date. Oops, okay. First, it will be year because the trunk return date type. Therefore, when you return date type, the Tableau will looks like it can create hierarchy for date type, right? Can be year, it can be quarter. So if you want to display the date, the exact date, just do like the order date we do earlier. Okay, just change this more custom and then choose Monday year here and then okay. You can see that month means it will round up to the first day of the month. So in this case, January will be the first January, right? April will be the first of April. So it will be the first date of that month. Right. Just change here to more, right? Custom. No, Monday year. Okay. Now the trunk year. The trunk here. So it will round up to the first date of that year. Okay. The trunk year. The trunk then year. Okay. And the trunk year. Again, you can change to custom here. Custom and then month, day, year. See? 1st January. 1st January, every day in 2022 will be 1st January of 2022. Every day in 2023 will be 1st January of 2023 because we say we want truncate to be the level of year. So we will round up to the first day in that year. So think about if you have like some business question about you want to get something of that year starting from the first day of the year, right? Given any dates that you have, you can use this date trunk to get the first day of the year for you. Okay, the last one, this is quite easy. Expected ship date, right? Expected ship date. Okay, date date add day, add 3 days to order date. And then okay. So I put expected ship date. Again, I change to custom to see the real date. Okay, so month or if order date is 3rd of January, my expected ship date is 6th January. If my order date is at the end, for example, 31st December, expected ship date will be 3rd January 2023, the next year. So it will calculate for you. You don't need to worry whether it's 30th days in the month or 31 day in a month. All right, so if you get all this, just type 7 for me. Okay, next, we will go faster. We'll talk about parameters. Okay, what is parameters? Parameter is like a variable. Think of parameter as dynamic remote control that you can enhance the power of like a what if analysis to your audience. Your audience can change, what if this is this? What if we change this into this, something like this, right? So it's essentially like a custom variable that you can replace your number or your date or your string with some other numbers using your formulas or using your filters or maybe to change your reference line. So just remember one rule about using parameter is that parameter itself doesn't change the data or the width in your visualization in your view. But if you want to change that, you need to tie in your parameter which are inactive with something in your visualization, for example, calculated fields or filters or reference lines, right? So parameter itself won't do anything. You need to tie to some elements in your visualization. Okay, these are parameter use case that you can use. We don't do everything here, but just need to give you a head up that okay, you can do something like this. For example, you want to see top end of something, and you want audience to be able to change. I want top 5. Let's say, what about top 10? What about top 15? Right? You can do this as a parameter. Or you can change the level of detail of your date. For example, I want to look at the year. I want to look at the month, right? You can use year, month, quarter as date parameter. Or even you can make the dimension that display in your graph to be dynamic. For example, I have a bar chart that says, okay, I want the sales by category. I can also config a parameter that, okay, audience can change. How about looking at the sales by chip mode or looking at the sales by segment using this something like a dynamic dimension filter like this, or even dynamic dimension, dynamic measure, not dimension. For example, let's say I want to look at sales. Now I want to change to look at profit. I want to change to look at quantity, for example, right? You can have this like drop down and tie in the drop down, which is a parameter to your graph, and your graph will be changed. The measure in your graph will change according to this drop down. Okay, So now I want to do parameter in the filter to change by top, right? N can be 5, N can be 6, something like this, right? So first take a look at this top end customer sheet. You can see that we actually, not we, actually, uh, Tableau already create parameter called top customer for you. Okay, let's take a look at this top customer by right click or click the drop down and then choose show parameter. Top customer here. Click drop down and then choose show parameter. So with this parameter, you can see that it was configured to change from 5, 10, 15, 20, right? Top, that means we want to be able to change between whether you want to see top 5 customer, top 10 customer, top 15 customer, or top 20 customer. Okay, but when you change parameter here, it doesn't change anything because right now we don't have anything in our visualization yet. So first we will create a bar chart. Okay, so we'll take a look at, let's say we want to see top customer by profit, for example. Okay, so we put profit in columns and then customer name to row. Again, we choose add all members. Put customer name in row and then add all members. It's fine right now because we will filter it later on. So you can see these are all 1,125 members or customers that we have. We can sort profit, right? You can click the sort profit by sort by profit, right? You can see that Tamara Chan give you the highest number of profit. Okay, now the parameter doesn't tie to this graph yet. How can we do to tie? Let's say I want to tie by filter out, right? Top 5. I want to see only top 5 customer. I don't want to see 1,000 customers, right? So that means I want to filter out those 1,000, not top 5. So I want customer name to be filters. I put customer name to filters. Customer name to filter. And then I choose top by field. Top by field. So top, how many? You can actually fix the number, right? Top 10, top 5, but this will be fixed, always fixed. I want to play with this parameter, so this cannot be fixed. It should be dynamic according to the parameter slider that I have. So I can change this to be top customer here. Right? Top, instead of the value, the fixed constant value, I change to top customers. By profit. Okay, right? I want top 5, top 10, top 20, top 15 by profit. And then click OK. See? And I can also change. Let's change the number of top customer I want here. So let's say I want 10. Right? I want 15. I want 20. Right? I can change according to the slider of the parameter here. So I get top N customer. N could be 5, 10, 15, or 20. Right? If you get this, just type 8 for me. Mainly what we did is this filter. customer name. If you take a look at filter, I choose top by field, right? By field, top, and then not the value, but choose according to the parameter top customer, which I already have, right? And this is how we tie in this parameter slider to this filter. Otherwise, it will be independent between the filter or the graph and the slider parameters. Okay. Okay, now next parameter, we will use parameter in a reference line. Okay, in this case, if you take a look at the graph that I have for you right now, you can see that I have sales, right? I have profit. Let's say my manager told me that we have the target profit that this year every category has to make 50K profit for the year. So I need to have a line called reference line to be my target. Okay. And maybe my manager can change his mind. Sometimes he will say, no, not 50K. Let's say we want 60K. Let's see which category can reach the target. Something like this, right? So I first create from analytics pane. This is called analytics pane. We will play with this analytics pane today and more next week. Okay. So what I need is the things called reference line here. Okay, I put reference line. I only want to put reference line over this. I want to do something like this. I want to put reference line over this profit. This is called a pane. Okay, small graph in a big graph is called a pane. The whole thing, this is called a table. So this is sales pane, this is profit pane. I want the reference line to be in profit pane only. Okay, so what I need to do is that I need to create reference line here for the pane, but not sales, only profit. So I will hover my reference line into just the pane that has the profit, some profit to be orange ให้มัน hover ไปอันที่เป็น some profit เท่านั้นใน pane มันก็จะ create สำหรับ pane ของ profit อย่างเดียวแล้วก็ just release and once it's released it give you this dialog box. Now this is where you configure this reference line. Okay, I need this reference line to be the value of a new parameter. So this parameter has not been created yet. I can create parameter first, or I can come set up the reference line and create parameter from the reference line like this. So I want to create new parameter. Okay, so this line will change according to the parameter here. So I want to create a new parameter. I choose new parameter. And this dialog box, I name my parameter. Let's say I want to name it as profit target. Profit target. Okay, and then let's say I want it display as number custom. Number custom. And I want it to be no decimal. No decimal needed. I want to display units in thousands, right? 20K, 50K, something like this, right? Thousands. Okay. Number custom, no, 0 decimal places, and then I display units, thousands. Okay, so Right now it display as 0K. So I can set current value to be 50K. That means it is 50,000, right? So this change to 50K. Okay. Allowable value, I can have it list or it can be any number, it's okay. Right? Or means people can choose any number in the parameter, but the default value will be 50K. Okay, and then I click OK. Now, the list line, reference line will be profit target. Okay, and you can see right now there is a line already. And this line, put it as 50K just as what we configure with parameter earlier, right? 50K is the default value. It also show the label profit target. We can configure this label. For example, I want to show the target number in the label here. I can say, okay, custom, let's say target, colon, and then I click here to fill in the value, whatever value I have, value, let's say here 50K เห็นไหมมันก็จะได้ format of the label according to what I input here to be target, colon, and then the value, whatever value of the parameter I have. Okay, I can change the line color, or I can change the opacity of the color. For example, I can change to the same color of the profit, purple or something, for example. Make it more opacity here. Or I can make it more bold, right? Bigger line, whatever you want. Okay. Or I can choose to be dash, whatever. It depends. Okay. And then, okay. Now, you can see that I have profit target here. If it doesn't show, you can just click and then show parameter. If I change, for example, my manager told me I don't want 50K. I want 52K. You can input 52K, right? The reference line will move according to what you input over here. Okay, so if you get just like what I get, you just type 9 for me. So in this case, right? Oh, if the target is 50K, so furniture fail, right? Furniture cannot do. But technologies and office supplies looks like okay. We reached the target. Okay. This parameter can be changed too, right? You can like format this parameter. This is a type in. But if you change the parameter type to be, for example, list, this will be changed. For example, the slider is a list. Okay. All right. Okay. Now make it more complicated. I have right now the sales of its subcategory, right? Now I want to get the what if scenario that say that, oh, what if I input more money to promote these products? Let's say I want to do a Facebook ad, and I expect that my Facebook ad will increase the sales by 5%. Or if I put $10,000 more with my Facebook ad, I will get 10% increase in my sales. I want to see, to compare between the sales after Facebook ad and the sales before Facebook ad, for example, right? So I want to see the bar chart together before and after. What do I do? Okay, I can come up with this parameter of the what if scenario. Okay, first we need to create the parameter. Okay, so this uh, diagram, I want to just to explain what happened. So first, we need to create parameter called, let's say, sales increase n%. And this n% can be 5%, 10%, 20%, 100%, for example. So what I need to do is that I will configure my parameter to be a floating point, display format as percent, and then current value will be 0, right? And this allowable value will range from 0 to 1, which is 100%. And the step size is 0.05, mean it increased by 5%. 5%, 10%, 15%, something like this, right? So first I need to create parameter, but as I said, parameter is not tied to anything. It will not work. So how do we tie in? We will tie in with a new calculated field called sales new. And this sales new will calculate sales times 1 plus sales increase. For example, if sales increase is 5%, that means it will times 1.05, right? You get a new sales number that increased by 5%, for example. Okay, so this alone is a parameter which doesn't work. It will only work if it ties to the element. In this case, we will tie to sale. So we will create a new calculated field called sales new. Okay, and then we will use this sales new in our graph. Okay. So first, create parameter. Create parameter call sales increase n%. Sales increase n%, and it's a float, of course. Display format will be percentage. No decimal, right? Needed. No decimal needed. Percentage. Current value, let's say 0. No increase in sale. Allowable value will be range. Minimum is 0. Maximum, let's say 1. 1 is 100%. Or you can have, it depends on yours. 2 mean 200%, right? Step size is how detailed you want it to increase. Increase by 5%, 0.05, increase by 10%, 0.1, for example. It depends on what you want people to play with this, how detailed it was. It needs to be, right? 0, let's say 0.5. Okay, and then click OK. Now, show parameter. So again, we get a slider, right? And this slider parameter doesn't tie to the graph yet. Now, create new calculated fields. Create calculated field called sales new. Sales new. And this sale new is calculated by sale times 1 plus those parameters, sales increase n%. So you can see that if the parameter is part of the calculated field, it will display in purple color. If the field in the data pane is in the calculated field, it will display in orange. Okay, this is the difference of the color that tells you what is this field. What is this field form? Right, and then just click OK. Okay. So now this is sales. I want to put sales new. Okay. Let's put first sales new in columns. Right now, sales new and sales new sales and sales new are in two different panes. I want it to compare together, right? Oh, okay. How? I can use share x-axis. Okay, so I will put sales news and drag down to the axis of sales. This is called share x-axis. So that we will combine these two graphs together side by side. Okay, so sales drag down to x-axis of sale here and then just release your mouse. Oop, like this. เอาใหม่นะเดิมเนี่ยมันมี2อย่างอันใช่ไหม sales new you can see that right now it already work the parameter already work but we just don't see because why because first this label is not correct you can see that right now the label is sales it actually need to be sales new but you don't need to correct it here we will correct it later on but it looks like it works already just that this is changed the length of the bar chart is not changed but the axis is changed okay so let's move to be side by side so you can see the difference between sales and sales new you drag sales new to x-axis of sales and you release it okay right now if you slide the parameter you can see the difference now okay? But the label is not correct yet we will correct this but the parameter does work right now okay so you can see when you share x-axis what happens is that columns will become measure values and we have a small card that say measure values contains some sales and some sales new okay and filter by measure names and here this is where it's not correct because right now the label only contains some sales. We want the label to be according to the measure values of that bar chart. So in this case, we will remove this some sales. Just remove it and then we will put measure value to be label. So you just click Control and then move measure values to be label like this. It doesn't show why because the font is too big. Right? You can just change the font. Let's say you want to change edit format and then fields measure value. You want font to be like maybe 6. Does that change? Doesn't change here. 6. Sales new again. Where should I change? It, about 6. Doesn't change it for me. Okay, how about change it here? Let's see. Let's change. Okay, I change it here. I can change it here. And then I allow labels to overlap. Okay, allow labels to overlap. I change it here. I edit the label to be 6. Maybe 7 work, maybe not. Okay, and then allow label to overlap, right? So I don't have much space over here. That's why. Okay, one thing. I want different color between sales and sales new. So I put measure names, hit control and put in color also. So I have two different colors between sales and sales new. Right. And another thing is, I have to set default properties of sales new. Okay, so sales new default property need to be number format, currency, right? Custom, and then no decimal place needed. I need prefix to be $sign, right? And click OK. Okay, so it all $sign. And now I can work. So if sales increase by 5%, I can see this different. If sales increase by 10%, right? 15%, what happened? No. This is what I can do with the parameter here. Okay. So if you're done with this, just click, just type 0 for me. So why the color works? Because these measure names contain two names, sales and sales new, right? And when we put measure names in color, it knows that, okay, if it is a sale, it will be one color. If it is sales new, it will be another color. So this you need to be beware whether the label reflect the data in the chart. Okay. This is what we get here. So if you are interested in parameters, I point you to the link over here. You want to make parameter to make view more interactive, right? You can add parameter to your map, or you can swap parameter using, you can swap measure using parameter. These are all the examples that you can learn about, right? Okay, last things today is about table calculations. Okay, everything is called table when you view a graph in Tableau. So let's say I want to view the data behind this graph. I can go to analysis, right? And then choose view data. This view data give you a table like this. So that's why it called a table, right? Accessory new, sale new 200K, accessory sale 167K. This is a table. So if you want to calculate or transform the values in the view, we call this special type of calculated field table calculation. It means it top up when you calculate something or you put something in your view or your graph, your visualization, and you want to create another values, calculate something on top of them. We call it table calculation. This is more like the show as in Google Sheets or show value as in Excel นั่นเอง So with the table calculation, we can do a variety of things that are predefined. It's called quick table calculation. But you can do some more complex thing, but you need to create the calculated fields yourself, right? Usually, the quick table calculation already satisfy most of your requirements. So it can transform values into rankings. It can transform to running total, percent total, difference, percent difference, or moving average, or year-to-date total. Now we will create cumulative profit by category. First thing, we want to create stack area chart like this first. Okay, so I give you 2 minutes to create this stack area chart in this graph. Okay, 2 minutes, no? If you're done with this, just type 1 for me.โอเค น่าจะไม่ยากเนาะงั้นเดี๋ยวโบก็ทำไปด้วย month order date นะ order date ไปที่ columns แต่ว่า we will choose continuous month เนาะ and then we will choose profit will be rows. Okay, and then I want profit to differentiate by category. So I put category again. I cannot find category is here. Category to be color. Okay, and then I change the marks type to be area chart. Like now, it doesn't look good, right? Because usually people will not do area chart like this. When we talk about area chart, usually people will do stack area chart. So in this case, we want to stack all the category together and then put the month by month to accumulate your profit to see the overall profit as it's go progress month by month. This is what we get. So right now, if you choose to look at the view data, what we have is that, okay, January 2022, technology 900, February 566. What do we need to do is that we want to accumulate this number, right? So that means when you view February, the number will be 1,400 something. You add 900 and 566 together, right? When you look at March, it will be plus 357 would be about 1,700 or 1,800 something, right? This is what we want. And then it will need to also stack up each category, right? Technology, furniture, and then office supply. Okay. So it would be like a mountain, right? So what we need to do is that we go to what we need to do is to accumulate profit, right? So you go to profit, which is now in rows, right? So you go to pure profit and then you choose quick table calculations here. And then what you need to do? Running total. Yeah, this is running total. So choose running total. This is what we get. And then let's go back to view data. See? January 900, February become 1,400, right? March will be 1,800. It cumulate, right? Running total is cumulative. Okay, so it looks like the original data is calculates second time for you. Top up that calculation with another calculation. That's why it's called table calculations. Okay, this is what we get. If you can get this, just type what 1, right? 1. Okay. So this is what we choose. Quick table calculations running total. When we work with the table calculation, what we need to do is we need to know the things called scope and direction. So when we take a look at the view of the visualizations, right, we have this table, the whole thing, the whole view is called table. But if the table has small view, that means we have small graph in the view, right? We will call that a pane. Okay, for example, in this case, we divide the what is this? I don't know, maybe profit or sale, right? Into categories. So the part of each category is called a pane. And the number inside is called a cell. So this is called scope of the table. There are also direction. So this is across, this is down. Why do you need to know scope and direction? Because when you apply table calculations, when you refer to doing some calculation in your view or your table, you need to also know how it apply this calculation to your data, whether it's applied to the whole table, whether it's applied to just the pane, or whether it's applied in which direction, across or down. Because sometimes different direction, different scope will give you different calculated results. Okay. Now, we want to do percent of total to get things called segment contribution in sales by region. So we want to get this stack bar chart of 100% total here. So in 100% for each region sales, for example, central sales, I need to know whether it's come from consumer, how many percent, corporate, how many percent, quick table อยู่ตรง profit ค่ะ อยู่ตรง P profit เนาะที่อยู่ใน rows ปกติแล้ว quick table calculation will stick with the measures P with measures ค่ะnow we will do quick table calculation percent of total but the direction let's see first what happened if we do not choose the correct scope and direction so go to segment contribution here and then what I have right now is a stack bar chart, but it's not 100% stack bar chart. I want to create 100% stack bar chart. What can I do with this? I want to change, right, to this to calculate 91K is how many percent of the total here, right? So I goes to sales. Go to sales. And then I choose quick table calculation. Right and then percent of total เนาะก็คือ how 91K how many percent to the total percent of total ปึ้ง huh I hope it should change right but it doesn't what happened in this case you may hypothesize that it might be done with the scope and the direction of the calculation. It might not be correct. So let's see. First, once you choose the quick table creation, the compute using menu will come up for you. If you don't choose, it doesn't come up. See? Without quick table calculation, there will be no compute using. Compute using is used to choose the scope and direction of the calculation. So first you need to choose the table calculation first. Right now you choose percent of total. And once you choose this, you can choose compute using. This is the scope and direction. See? Table across this way, table down this way. table เฉยๆ sales region segment เนาะก็คือตรงเนี้ยตอนนี้คืออะไรตอนนี้คือ table แต่ you can see that right now the default thing is that it calculate table down. So what does it mean? If I take a look at view data, this is a whole table, right? Table down mean I will calculate 91K for the total of everything in my table. That's why we get very small number, 6%, 3%, 5%, because it calculates from the whole table. How many percent is this West home office? What I want is that I want to calculate only this stack chart. So it's not table down. It has to be table across. So I change the compute using to be table across. Boom. See? And then I can put my sales to label so I can see the number here, right? So 91K is 18% of the whole central region. So this is now 100% stack bar chart. You can see that once you get quick table calculation in your field, your measure will contain a small icon that looks like a delta. สามเหลี่ยมตรงนี้เนาะคล้ายๆกับเดลต้านะคะเพื่อเป็นตัวบอกว่าเนี่ยแหละคือสิ่งที่ถูกทำ table calculation ไว้แล้ว so that's why I said I love to drag the pills from column and rows to label because sometimes I need to change something like do table calculation if I drag from here I need to do table calculation again right okay so just change the compute using to table across right and put this cells with delta to label and it's done right okay now the last one month over month profit what do I need is this I will give you maybe three minutes to do this I want profit. This is normal profit by month, but I need this another view of the profit, which is the percent difference in profits. Month over month, it's called month over month, right? For example, this month I get 100. Next month I get 200. What I get is that 200 minus 100 is 100 by 100. That means I get 100% increase, right? So this is percent difference, okay? Like this. Okay, so I put profit twice. Okay, so I put profit twice. Let's put profit in row twice. Okay, like this. And then give you 3 minutes to do that for 22, for 25, and then we will see the solution for this. Once you get this, just type 2 for me. Okay, if you're done, just type 2 for me. Thank you. จักรพงศ์ okay. Okay, so what I need to do is I put order date, right? Order date to columns, and then I change order date to month. Continue as like this. Now, the lower pane, this is where I will put quick table calculation. Okay, so this is for the upper pane. This is the lower pane. For the lower pane, I change to quick table calculation. What I need to do? Percent difference. Percent difference. Okay. And then I want to make it difference, right? Okay, so for the lower pane, I will change to bar chart. Once I change to percent difference, I change to bar chart. And then just color it, right? I put the sum profit with delta to color. This is already done, actually. Or you can put label if you want. Okay, again. I put order date columns. And then I choose month in continuous mode. And then I change the second sum profit to quick table calculation to percent difference. And then change this layer of the lower pane, right, to bar chart. And then I color it using this delta. And then it's done. So please type a 2 for me. This is because this worksheet already changed the default property of the color of profit to be gold and purple, right? That's why the color is gold and purple. Right? Okay. Now it's like this. All right. Today that's it. Next time we will continue with statistical analysis, but you can just save this, okay, and then submit. My session expire again. Submit the things that we did today, not the lecture 8, just the lecture 9 to lab lecture 9 individual work here, right? And then let's see the quiz for today. Okay, I only have 4 very quick quiz for me today. Setting, okay, timing. Okay, now it's 4:35. Today is 17, right? Okay. Quiz. We only have quiz 9, just for, okay. Very easy. I'll talk about the project progress a little bit, right? I have put project progress, the midterm video pitch. Actually พูดภาษาไทยก็ได้เนาะก็คือ midterm video pitch เนี่ยก็คือเหมือนกับเอาสิ่งที่คุณทำมาตั้งแต่แรกนี่แหละเอามารวมเป็นวิดีโอคอนเทนต์ max 7 นาทีให้ครูดูนะคะก็คือในเนี้ยใน7 นาทีเนี้ยคุณก็อธิบาย smart aptitude แล้วก็ business question จาก 5W1H ให้ครู นะคะแล้วก็ walk through ว่าเรา generate data ยังไงมี condition เงื่อนไขอะไรในการ generate data นะคะจาก business question เนาะเพราะฉะนั้นทุกอย่างมันต้อง consistent บางทีคุณทำการบ้านมาถามว่าเปลี่ยนได้ไหมเปลี่ยนได้เพราะว่าสิ่งที่ให้คุณทำการบ้านเพื่อให้คุณรู้ไงว่าเฮ้ยมันมีอะไรที่มันน่าจะเวิร์กอะไรที่มันไม่เวิร์กคุณอาจจะเปลี่ยนใจได้เนาะก็อย่างที่เราทำใน Analytic Framework เราบอกอยู่แล้วว่ามันเป็นแบบ iterative คือมันย้อนกลับได้ก็คือหลังจากที่คุณทำการบ้านมาทั้ง3-4อันแล้วเนี่ยคุณน่าจะพอได้ไอเดียแล้วว่าเอ้ยการที่เราจะ detect ไอ้สแกมมูไอ้ account เนี่ยบัญชีม้าเนี่ยจริงๆแล้วมันควรจะต้องเป็นทางไหนดีสำหรับคุณเนาะแล้ว generate data ยังไงแล้วจะวิเคราะห์อะไรบ้างนะคะอ่าถึงแม้ว่าตอน generate data สุดท้ายที่บอกให้ generate เป็น clean data เลยเนี่ยแต่ว่าเวลาทำงานจริงๆมันก็ยังต้องเช็คว่าข้อมูลมันไม่สะอาดตรงไหนบ้างหรือเปล่าเพราะฉะนั้นครูอยากจะให้อธิบายด้วยว่าถ้าข้อมูลมันไม่สะอาดเนี่ยคุณต้องเช็คอะไรบ้างมี outlier เช็คไหมเช็ค noise อะไรเช็คด้วยวิธีไหนอะไรที่จะเป็นตัวบ่งบอกว่าเฮ้ยข้อมูลมันไม่สะอาดเนาะก็อธิบายตรงนี้มาสั้นๆนะคะแล้วก็หลังจากที่เราทำกันบ้านสุดท้ายเราน่าจะพอจะแบบโชว์ให้เห็นได้ว่ามีชาร์ตสัก3-4อันเนาะเพื่ออธิบายว่าเราสามารถตอบ business question ที่เราตั้งไว้สักบางข้อได้หรือยังอาจจะไม่ต้องหมดนะคะอาจจะแค่บางข้อหรือว่าเจาะประเด็นเฉพาะบางประเด็นก็พอนะคะแล้วก็บังคับให้ทุกคนในทีมเนี่ยต้องพูดโชว์หน้าด้วยนะโชว์หน้าแล้วก็พูดในวิดีโอ7 นาทีนี้นะคะสิ่งที่ต้องส่งก็จะมีลิงก์ไปที่วิดีโอคุณจะอัพวิดีโอไปไว้อันไหนก็แล้วแต่คุณเนาะแล้วก็สไลด์ที่คุณใช้นะคะรวมถึง Data Dig นะคะแล้วก็ส่ง Data Sample ขนาดเล็กๆไม่ต้องเยอะนะ1,000 โรก็พอนะคะแล้วก็ Project Canvas ที่ตอนนี้น่าจะฟิลได้ประมาณ5ไอเทมนะคะถึงแม้ไอเทมที่5อาจจะยังไม่สมบูรณ์มากนักแต่ว่าอ่าน่าจะพอได้แหละแล้วก็อาจจะมี Results ที่ไอเทมที่6ด้วยเพราะว่าไอเทมที่6คือ Finding เนาะว่าเจออะไรนะคะนี่แหละนี่คือสิ่งที่ต้องสับมิ t มาแล้วก็ครูจะบอกว่าเนี่ย นี่คือรูบิกในการให้คะแนนเนาะว่าจะดูเรื่องไหนบ้างนะคะให้คะแนนยังไงนะคะแล้วก็คะแนนตรงเนี้ยจะเป็น5%ของโปรเจกต์ทั้งหมด35%เนาะวิชาเนี้ยโปรเจกต์คือคะแนนหลักถูกไหม35%เนี่ยคือการทำวิดีโอคอนเทนต์ตัวนี้แล้วก็ส่ง deliverable ตัวนี้นะคะก็ครูคิดว่าคือเนื้อหาคุณควรจะต้องมีอยู่แล้วเนื่องจากคุณทำการบ้านมา3 อันแล้วเนาะ ก็เนี่ยเนื้อหามันก็จะมาจากการบ้านนั่นแหละนะคะเพียงแต่เอามารวบรวมเข้าด้วยกันเท่านั้นเองก็ส่งภายในวันจันทร์หน้าเนาะ23เพราะว่าครูต้องใช้เวลาตรวจแล้วครูจะได้ให้คอมเมนต์นะมีอะไรที่มันปรับปรุงได้จะได้ปรับปรุงก่อนที่เราจะไปสอบโปรเจกต์ที่เป็น Final Presentation ตอนช่วงหลังอะไรหลังสงกรานต์นะได้ทัน
อาจารย์ครับมัน
ค่ะ
จำเป็นต้องเป็นแท็บบูไหมครับไอพาร์ท visualization
visualization ตอนนี้อันนี้นะยังไม่จำเป็นต้องเป็น Tableau แต่ว่าสุดท้ายอ่ะครูอยากให้เป็น Tableau เนาะ
โอเคครับ
Final Project Presentation อยากให้เป็น Tableau แต่อันนี้อาจจะยังไม่เป็น Tableau ก็ได้นะคะแต่อยากเห็นเน้นวิธีคิดก่อนว่าเอ้ย business question อันนี้โอเคไหมแล้วใช้อันนี้ตอบโอเคไหมนะคะ
โอเคครับขอบคุณครับ
อ่าค่ะโอเคเนาะประมาณนี้มีคำถามไหมเอ่ย
คือผมกำลังแบบว่าคิดอยู่ว่าครับว่าถ้าเกิดว่าตอนทำสมมติทำในคอลแลบอย่างเงี้ยแล้วแบบว่า
อ๋อ
ใน
จะทำในโคแลบ
วิชวลไลซ์บางท่าครับแบบบางเมธอดมัน
อืม
ผมไม่รู้ว่าแท็บบูมันจะรองรับหรือเปล่าอะไรเงี้ยครับ
อืมมันรองรับไหมรองรับแหละเนาะก็ใช้ AI ถามได้ใช่ไหมว่า
อ๋อโอเค
อยากทำอย่างเงี้ยเอออยากทำอย่างเงี้ยเดี๋ยวนี้มันบอกได้ใช่ไหมอยากทำให้กราฟมาเป็นหน้าตาแบบเนี้ยมีได้แบบเนี้ยใช้ใน Tableau ช่วยเขียนอธิบายวิธีการมันทำได้ถึงขนาดนั้นเธออยู่แล้วเนาะ
โอเคครับโอเคครับ
อืมกูคิดว่าคุณไม่ต้องใช้อะไรอย่างคุณมี AI ช่วยนี่แบบว่าง่ายมากแต่คุณต้อง input คือไอเดียเนาะที่จะให้มันทำอย่าไปเชื่อมัน100%อ่า โอเคงั้นเจอกันสัปดาห์หน้าเนาะสัปดาห์หน้าก็ยังใช้ไฟล์ตัวนี้อยู่ นะคะ เดี๋ยวทำต่อนะคะ แล้วก็เดี๋ยวอาจจะมีไฟล์ใหม่เพิ่มขึ้นไปสำหรับการทำแดชบอร์ดสัปดาห์หน้าด้วยนะคะโอเคงั้นเจอกันค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
ค่ะ